yourself to life and all of the beauty that surrounds us, you too may find yourself in a community where your overpass is named Lover's Lane. Be careful. I think that for me, the feeling of nakedness that you get when you're on a motorcycle is what makes it so special and wonderful and beautiful to me. It keeps me aware of all of the wonderful and beautiful things in this world, which for me do not include a 190-foot tall crucifix you can see from 20 miles away in the panhandle of Texas. I do think it's good the way they arranged the telephone poles going down. After covering 2,100 miles in 3 days on a 1982 motorcycle, I woke up in the back of the parking lot of a truck stop with this as my sunrise view and realized how much more beauty there could be in strange places than in places where they try to advertise it. I've done that so that I could ride around out west, and this is Canyon de Chelly, the Spider Rock, which is about 800 foot tall to give you a sense of scale. I'm about 1,300 feet off the canyon floor. Canyon de Chelly is just stunningly beautiful. It was my first stop after breakfast, actually, in that parking lot, where I continued on to Monument Valley, where riding into Monument Valley from the south is something that everyone should do. It is as though this beautiful and unknown landscape has just opened up in front of you and just about knocks you over, which is not safe on a motorcycle. But then you sleep there and you wake up and you see this from where you slept. This is basically my sleeping. I didn't have a tent. I just slept on the ground with a bag and a pad under the bike, which is much better so long as it isn't raining, and the weather was very, very kind. There you go. When you leave Monument Valley, you keep looking back, because it really is that stunningly beautiful. It's just amazing. And I think that a lot of our lives and a lot of what we do consists of, looking in the rearview mirror. But, sometimes you have to ride on the wrong side of the road to get a little better shot of a beautiful winding road, and out west you've got plenty of visibility, and I can assure you all was perfectly safe and within the highway rules. Jacob's chair. Jacob was clearly a large man, but the thing is, this is a famous rock formation out here. I rode through a solid couple days of this stuff. I mean, it just takes your breath away. For me, it's about the journey. But the journey you can have walking down the street. I mean, this is Lake Powell. It is, if anything, greener than that. It's amazing. It's the green contrasting against the red of the rocks and the cliffs and the architecture of the space. You're up hundreds of feet off. And then you leave and you meet old Jed, who really does make great jerky. He really does. And, after all this stuff, you start getting your breath taken away, and you're right in there. This is right at the edge of in the parking lot of a thing, and it keeps you smiling. This is this gray valley, and it really is gray. All this red rock, and there's some white rock that starts to come in. All this red rock that you're riding through, and then you get to this valley that's gray with this crazy line of these hills going down, and you look back and you see it again contrasted against all of that white and red rock you just covered. And when you see these things, it opens your mind, yourself up to experience so much more. I think anyone who's ever written a paper in school knows that it's the quality of time that, not the quantity of time that you put into the paper. And I think that life's like that too. This is one of those situations where you check your rearview mirrors, slam on the brakes, and start taking pictures. This is up a little over 9,000 feet in Dixie National Forest in southwestern Utah. And the whole thing is amazing. This is just one of them. This is the view with the name. This is Head of the Rocks. The view up there, it's really hard because it's an amazing ride. It's twisty, it's turny, it's beautiful, it's everything. And the problem is you're like, whoa, this is such a great motorcycle ride. And you're like, whoa, this is so beautiful. I'm so not interested in riding the motorcycle. I just want to pull over and look. Every day when you're riding west, you get this. It's so cool. I mean, sunsets are great, blah, blah, blah. I mean, once again, it's like that feeling a part of the planet, a part of yourself. And finally, I did all this myself. I'd stop and see people periodically. And sometimes you ride over a stretch of land. This is the first really barren stretch I'd ridden over. You can see in the rearview mirror down there. And the bike only cruised at like 70, so all the pictures are like 65, 70. And the tack needle's broken. And you ride over and you take a picture, and it's like, wow, that was barren. And then you see this, and you realize how not barren it was, and how valuable so many things that we take for granted. I mean, I got a lot of reasons to smile, and the alternative to smiling ain't really that good, so you're better off smiling. And this, then you get here. And this is the highway that goes by Area 51. And you thought you saw something barren before you got here. And then you get there, and it'll come around. In just another couple seconds. And you realize that all that barren stuff and all those empty spaces you'd seen before weren't. But on the other end of this road, well, the 200 miles on the other end when you saw the next gas station, is Burning Man. I actually ended this day in Tahoe with red meat, high-end Irish whiskey, and a jacuzzi. And on the other end of that was Burning Man. But needless to say, if there's one thing you can remember from this, it's simply to live, smile, enjoy, appreciate.